Hey there, and welcome back to Analogous. Today we're going to be taking a look at some lessons from my 35mm shooting experience. In other words, we're going to be taking a look at the film, and we're going to see what went wrong and what went right. So let's dive into the film. First thing I want to show you is what the film ended up looking like. So as you see, the film has a blue tint. I'm not sure whether it means it's overexposed, it's underexposed, but that's how it came. Maybe it was scanned on a flatbed scanner with the top open. That could have been also another thing. Not sure. But quality-wise, I did see some things like these bubbles. I'm not sure if this was because the film was in there for too long, maybe got stuck. Could have been some of the chemicals that weren't washed off properly. And I also noticed this little speck here of dust, or it could be a light that's reflecting. So I'm not sure what that was, but I see some spots around. So I'm assuming this would be dust. And the people at the lab did not properly clean their scanner, or they need to clean their scanner more often than necessary. But as for the film, I like the sprocket look. There's a little bit more yellowing here than I expected. I did Google this, as I mentioned in a previous video where I was talking about this without any context. This yellowing here could have been because of the film is expired. It could have been that, again, the chemical wasn't washed off, didn't sit long enough, did not come in contact with the sprocket long enough, probably because of the way it was inserted into the spool when it was being developed or something like that. So that could have been another reason why it came out that way. There's no way for me to really know unless I was developing my own film, then I could have tested it out. But yeah, these are some of the shots here that I took. They are very blue. I'm not sure if this is overexposed and that's why it's blue. That could be another reason why. You see this piece of dust here is still, it's a bugger, even after I correct the images. So yeah, I just want to show you the images here real quick. So yeah, this was just, I just went to a beach in New York, trying to get some shots there. I mean, I'm bringing an 800 film to the beach is not a good idea, but I figured, hey, if I'm overexposing, if I have to overexpose it a few stops, that might be a good idea. But then I read up on it. So a 10-year film would really be a 400. A 10-year 800 film would only have to be brought down one stop, which is 400. So that's where this film is. It's supposed to be 400, and I bought it to a place where you would need only 100 ISO film. So yeah, that's where we stand here. So I had some shots that I processed. So I processed the shots, and as you can see, there is the yellowing still going. Although this is a little bit of a better shot. I want to show you what it looks like with what I thought it was going to look like. So here's a planned shot. This is what I was going for. Oh man. Again, with the space thingamajig. Let's see if I could do extra large icons here. Alright, so as you can see here, I was going for a top, bottom world sort of thing, and that's what I got. It looks like I miscalculated when flipping the camera where the focus was going to be or where the image was positioned. I think if I were to flip the camera over, I would have to move to the other side of the structure to get this image flipped over correctly. So I kind of messed up in my composition here. I kind of like the effect, but kind of don't. Since it is twice exposed, the image is not so good here. The quality is very washed out. I mean, hey, it's better than nothing, right? And I could process it however I want, but it's still pretty washed out. Here's another image that I have here. Should be this image here. Will this one load? See, this one loaded. I don't know why some images don't load. So this is what I was expecting. This is what I got. Again, you still see that glare or dust or whatever that's happening there. And my focus here, I was trying to go not infinity, but closer to infinity. So between infinity and a group. Trying to focus on these birds here that were along the shore, but it looks like the focus ended up being the clouds. Anywho, I like the dreamy effect that these shots came out. I like the way that the dreaminess happens here with these shots. So that's kind of what I like compared with the photo I took from my phone. So that's cool. Again, the sprockets here, yellowing. Not sure if they're using plastic. Developing kits, according to online, that's what it said. And they don't clean the plastic thoroughly. Some people recommend using metal. So yeah, I don't know. I have no experience in this. But yeah, maybe I'll get my own developing kit and I'll develop my own photos in the near future. Maybe that would work better. Question is how to scan it. So I have to get a scanner. I tried to scan things with my DSLR, but I don't have a macro lens. So I doubt I'm going to get anything good. So let's move on to the next photo. This is another Plan photo that I was going for. Surprisingly, Plan 5 looks somewhat like what I planned. That's very interesting. And I did this twice. I do have the same sort of bluish tint from the water, from the sky here, where they overlap. So yeah, I can see why people are using silhouettes and then putting an image on top, because the image on top is going to make it look much lighter. So yeah, I kind of learned my lesson there from this. Use a lot more darker, maybe close-ups of things or whatnot. Otherwise your images will come out super washed out. Another image in the same idea, except there's a person there. So here's the image. This is also a double exposure. This bird here moved from here to there. Let's see if we got that right. So the bird moved from here to here, so I took a shot here and then I took a shot there. It looks like you still see kind of the bird over there chilling, and because it is dark, but I moved the landscape over and I created another mountain here because it was close up. So it's an interesting composition. Can't really focus on the bird that well, so it's not the sharpest image. Very dreamy again. Kind of like it as well. So this image here was unplanned. I didn't even have a picture of it, but it was a picture of a stop sign, and then I took a picture of some flowers on the bottom over there. So that's kind of what I did there. So you see like the flowers pop out, which is nice. I like that. So far this is one of my favorite photos. It's very, again, keep repeating myself, dreamy. I like the dreaminess. I don't have a picture of this. I didn't take one with my phone, but this was a single exposure. See, it is washed out, and we can kind of see the reason the film is expired, right? It is washed out. That's, you still get a representation of the image. I think it adds timeliness to it. So this one is another one that I sort of planned out. Oh, doesn't go. So this was the view from the top plus the view from the bottom. So this here I put it sideways so you can kind of see it. And I think on the next one, right, so this is what we're comparing directly here. I mean, this is pretty much spot on, so that's all I could say. It was pretty much spot on. This I thought about this like last minute, so that's why I had like 2 shots of it, because I tried to do it a few times. Which meant I had to run all the way up and down twice. It's not a bad exercise. Alright, so here's this one. We could compare it. Yeah, so obviously, I really think this day was too bright for this film. I should have done maybe on a cloudy day or something like that. I would have gotten a little bit better results. But damn, look at this killer. It just kind of kills all my shots. I'm not a fan. I mean, I could Photoshop it out, no problem, but I don't want to mess with my photos like that. Oh, here's another one of my favorite shots. Kind of as planned, but not really. Which is the tower, clock tower here. So I was hoping to have this clock in the center of this one, but that didn't work out. So we have the clock on top, which is not bad. Maybe I should go further away from this. Remember my angle. Make sure that this clock is towards the bottom or whatnot. So that's another shot I might try again with Kodak 160 and see where that leads me. And here's another one that I was sort of planning out. You can see it here. I have this inverted on top. Here, I mean, I kind of like the way it came out. Unfortunately, I should have scrolled a little bit more because here we have a big light leak from when I was loading the film. So, lesson for next time, instead of doing 35, do maybe 60 scrolls. I don't think you need 60, but this was 35 scrolls after I loaded the film. But just to be safe, do like maybe 60 or not 60 clicks. Let's do maybe 50 or 40. I would just do like maybe 50 clicks, and then that should be fine. Okay. So yeah, those are my shots from that day with Kodak 800 expired 10 plus years. Or it could be less than 10 years, but still, it is expired. I like the way, the aesthetic of the shots. Obviously, I've done better in Photoshop. I'm not even using Photoshop here. I'm just using a very basic program to create my shots here. Obviously, I could do a little bit better with these. If I actually worked these in Photoshop, I would have gotten much better results. But yeah, these are the results that I got. Will I be shooting 35mm expired anytime soon? Probably not, because of all of this. So yeah, I do have another roll that I started and I messed up on. I might redo that one again, put it back in and redo the clicking. Or I might just leave it, forget about it. So yeah, those are my shots. Thank you for joining me on this journey. As you can see, we are learning every day something new and different. And hopefully next time we get some Portra 160 and come back to this place, redo some of these shots and see how they come out with Portra 160. I'll probably do double take. I'll do a regular shot and I'll do a double exposure. Even though I'm killing my film there, I'm kind of wasting my film there, but still, I want to compare non-exposure, non-double exposure with a regular exposure and see how that goes in the medium format. Alright, so yeah, thank you for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you next time.